Tofino, BC at dawn on a late winter morning. Rain patters down, soon to change to pelting slush and briefly to snow. Nearby, the lush green rainforest soaks all the moisture in. It thrives here in one of Canada's wettest, warmest climate zones, with more than 200 days a year frost-free. Trees grow to gigantic sizes. And then there's the beaches. Beautiful, but wet and cold. Who would be out here at this time of year?
There were people surfing here in the 60s and 70s, 80s, of course, but it didn't really start to catch on sort of mainstream until about the 90s. The guys that originally started surfing out here, in the 60s or whatever, they would have to drive their gear up from California or wherever to get it up here because nobody knew, what surfing was originally in Canada. So people are finding it's not as rugged and crazy as they thought. It actually is a lot of fun, and it is quite warm once you do have all the gear. So it's definitely got a lot more popular, and it just I think the trend's just going to keep rising.
Tofino has become something of a surf mecca during the winter months when storms out in the North Pacific can send great rolling waves onto nearby beaches. Surfers wax up their boards, pull on their wetsuits, and hit the 7-degree water to catch some curls. And it ain't just the kids doing it.
Well, for my 62nd birthday, Lynette bought me a longboard, a 9-foot board, and it's easier for an older person to use a longboard rather than a shorter board, probably due to our not quite being as mobile as we were when we were young.
Go on.
So
it's not good. It's not his midlife crisis. It's his late life crisis.
It's my late in life crisis. Yeah.
Having fun.
Yeah.
When the waves are rolling in at Cox Bay or Chesterman Beach, the surfers just ignore the fact that it's still winter. Why?
It's hard to explain the feeling of surfing, but it's really free. It's a really liberating, experience. It puts you in a situation where you start to really appreciate nature. Just looking back and seeing ancient rainforest and looking down below you and seeing beautiful kelp beds and sea life. It's amazing.
And you don't have to go to California or Hawaii. It's all right here in Canada, just a long day's drive from Calgary. Surf's up, north.